reading now. So that was fire. I love my new tarot deck with the rose gold. If you are into tarot decks, do watch my big deck video that shows all my different decks. I saw this online, maybe on TikTok. I don't know if it was Facebook or TikTok. I do tarot, so I get things on my feed that come up like buy this, buy that. I saw this rose gold deck and I had to have it. And I'm very happy with it. I'm so happy with it. So yeah, if you've ever seen that and you're thinking about it, it's a legit purchase, and I really love it. All right, this is going to be the reading now for air signs. Tell us what we need to know for air signs for the last week of January. What do we need to know for our air signs for the last week of January? Now, before I lay out our cross for air signs, let me do my special little shuffle with our Arcanum deck. So this is what I do. Back and forth, then I split, then I rifle. And that gives us a pretty even distribution of uprights and reversals. And we'll get one from there in the end. All right, let's see if I can go a little faster because I know I'm going to run over time, but that's okay. And I'm so grateful to all of you guys who popped in here to check out this live tarot reading. It is being recorded for my YouTube channel, Tarot with Kat. Please think about going and hitting the subscribe button. When I get to 500 subscribers on YouTube, then I can open my subscription area and do much deeper reads and stuff like that. And of course, 10,000 is my goal here on TikTok. And I thank you and shout out to all my group 7 people. If you're group 7, if you know, and you know what to do. Leave me stuff in the comments. I will send all kinds of love your way. That's how group 7 works. All right, I think we're ready to go. This is going to be for earth signs. What are we coming out as this week? Earth signs. So we're talking Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. If you are a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, sun, moon, or rising, this message could be for you. Oh, who doesn't want? I think that wants to be the King of Swords. So we're coming up in our reading as the King of Swords. Earth signs. You're coming up as the King of Swords. Your challenge obstacle awareness is a King of Pentacles. You got another king. Look at all this forward progress people are working on. King of Pentacles. Down here in our subconscious tool shed, what we're bringing with us, a little bit of heartache. We've had some heartache and obstacles and struggles we've had to been through. Maybe had to end some things, end some relationships or friendships. Stepping out of the immediate past, we've got the Empress. 3rd major arcana, beautiful. Above us in our crown chakra, we've got me, my card, the Queen of Wands. I am the Queen of Wands. This is definitely my card that I relate to. She's got her black cat there. Got my black cat right there. I am cat. I'm Sagittarius, fire sign, all that. So we've got Queen of Wands in our crown for earth signs. And my moon sign is earth. I am a Capricorn moon. So your moon sign is the side of you that's private, that most people don't see. If your sun sign is like your personality, like the actor on the stage, then your moon sign is who you are when you're backstage in your dressing room, is how I like to think of it. And your rising sign is your costume. Your rising sign is your first impression, the initial impression you make on people. That one is really specific to where on the planet you were born and the exact time you were born. So to get your accurate rising sign, you need to know what time you're born as well. Stepping into the immediate future, the Death card. Last reading we had the Tower in the immediate future. Now we have the Death card. Another one of those scary tarot cards. Again, if you go to my YouTube channel, Tarot with Kat, under my Learn Tarot with Kat, I've got scariest cards in the tarot that I did for Halloween. It has all those scary cards that come up that tarot readers go, oh my gosh, how do I explain that in their spread? Oh, your immediate future, there's death. So I have learned to actually love that card. It's a beautiful card. It's one of the least scary in the whole tarot deck, which is counterintuitive. So you really should go watch that video. Down here, us and our environment. Look at us. Look at all the kings. Oh, sorry. I think we got justice. Or is this? Oh, no, it is. It's the justice. Okay. I always mistake. He looks so much like, there's a couple kings and cards that look very similar. Justice looks an awful lot like the Hierophant. And it also looks like, they all look really similar. So at first glance, I sometimes mix them up. But we've got the Justice card. Another major arcana. Right after death, too. Cool. Oh, well. Our environment around us, another, are you kidding me? Wow. So we got that's the other one. We got the Emperor. We got another of the cards that I said look so much alike, you guys. Check out these two cards. Okay? Justice and the Emperor. Similar red robes, similar posture, similar, the way they're facing. So we've got justice. We're feeling justice, and we've got the Emperor in the environment. A lot of Aries energy there. And then we've got in our hopes, helps to have the deck right side up. Hopes and fears section. Two of Cups. Beautiful. Hoping to make those connections, relationships, networks, new connections. And then our final potential outcome for the week is the Queen of Swords. Yikes. So we got Queen of Swords there as our final potential outcome. Very good. All right, now we're going to get one more card here out of the Arcanum deck that I shuffled all special to be our clarification or confirmation card. Oh, Teresa. Oh, the cards you can't see. I'll try to hold them up differently then. I really need to get this filming down better. I'm such a beginner at this, so I'm such a newbie. Oh, thank you for sending me a budding heart. Teresa, I love you. You sent me perfume and I have no idea how these things work either. And you're a super fan. Oh, I love you, cousin. Okay, I am so new to this stuff, and I'm going to figure it out. I do go watch other people on live, and I send them roses and things. I've played around with it a little, but I really don't know what I'm doing yet. Only in the middle. I know, this screen is weird. I got to figure that one out too. Like the way it splits it when I have it on, this view is on my TikTok live app on my laptop. And then up there, I'm recording on my phone. It's better quality, just better angle and all that for what I'm going to post to YouTube. The other two are sideways and can't see anything. Yeah, I know. And I can't figure out how to get that setting off. So the next time I'm going to do this, so I'll hold it up to the center. So if I hold the card right in the center, so hopefully you can see better, we'll try that. Next time, cousin, I love that you're on here helping me with this and helping me get better and learn this. I love that so much. Oh, and by the way, my brother Marshall and I keep talking about we have to have a Ross family reunion. We must. Hi, Dedrick. I see Dedrick's joined. All right. What did I just do? Oh my gosh, you guys. What did I just do? I don't know what I just did. Final outcome. Holy cow. We had this in our crown. I mixed these all up just now. I never do that. I got distracted. All right, let me see how these were laid out. I remember we came up. I just swiped them all up. Like I didn't know what I was doing. We came up first as the King of Swords. We were crossed by the King of Pentacles. We had the Three of Hearts in our subconscious tool shed. We had the Empress in our immediate past. We have the Queen of Swords in our crown. We stepped into the Death card. We are Justice. Our environment was giving us the Emperor. Two of Cups, hopes and fears. Queen of Wands, final outcome. And I was about to pull an Arcanum card when I got all mixed up. That's what happens at my age and when you're going through menopause, at least to me. All right. Oh my gosh, I've completed 80% of my live goal. That's cool. Okay. So I'm going to draw one more card here. We gave it a little special shuffle. We're going to read it upright or reversed. It's going to give us further clarification on this whole spread. Where are you? There you are. It wants to be that one. All right, really fast. Earth signs. Earth signs came up as this King of Swords. So there we go. King of Swords. Hopefully that's better. So as I said in the last reading, kings are the court cards in charge of looking to the future, building the future growth and building. So that's where our mind is. And swords are all thoughts and reasoning, logic. I think of it as everything from the neck up, and hearts are things from the neck down. So it has to do with also higher learning, truth, justice. So I feel like that's our focus, is really focused forward right now on building a future and being very like structured about it, making sure that it's all on the up and up too, right? Our challenge obstacle awareness is this King of Pentacles right here. So another king, again, building the future. I don't feel like it's an obstacle. I think it's our challenge. Not only are we feeling the King of Swords, we're really looking toward the future, right? We got so many strong cards. You also got the Emperor, which is like all 4 kings combined. So, so King of Pentacles, health, wealth, finances, again, looking toward the future. I think it's just your challenge. You are determined, and maybe even building this future might be for you, whoever's watching this, whatever earth sign is hearing this that needs to, you might even be going back to school, going back to college with that King of Swords there, and the Queen of Swords in your crown, maybe. We got a couple of queens too. That's beautiful. So that means not only are we moving forward, but we're moving forward having healed the things of the past. So we don't just repeat the same stuff again. So Kristen, she says, I don't know his mine. I Googled it and it says Earth, but I didn't hear you mention it. Okay, June 20th. Oh, let me think. I want to say, because you're right on the cusp. So June 20th. I don't want to misspeak and give you the wrong date. However, give me a second. I don't want to misspeak. Cancer. You're either Gemini or Cancer. Okay, you're either, and I don't know because you're on the 20th. So Kristen, the 20th is really the cusp. So we'll have to look it up. You're either Gemini or Cancer as your sun sign. Oh, thank you, Kristen. I appreciate that. Oh, thank you. I don't know when the day was you last saw me, but that's a good sign. That's a good sign. Considering I've only been on here for a little bit. Last day of Gemini. Okay. Now, that is only your sun sign though. So that might not, okay. So automatically you're a Gemini. So people peg you as running hot and cold, black or white, no gray. You're mercurial. You can switch between one extreme and the other. Oh, Kristen Grant. Oh, hi. Oh gosh. Oh, cool. Mwah. Hi, Kristen. Good to see you. So anyway, do find out if you have a copy of your birth certificate. In America anyway, they put the time of your birth. So go look up, see if you could get a hold of your parents to see what exactly where and what time of day you were born, and enter it into ChatGPT. And I was born in this location at 5:22 a.m. or whatever. What are my sun, moon, and rising signs? And it will tell you all 3, sun, moon, and rising. And yeah, it's going to explain a lot because, you know, people peg you as one thing just based on your sun sign, and you might feel like, but that doesn't fully explain me. I'm so much more and all that. Your sun sign is like, here's the analogy I use. Your sun sign is like the actor you are on the stage, and your moon sign is your private self, the ones only people really close to you get to see. It's the actor when you're backstage in the dressing room, how you are. And then your rising sign is your costume. Your rising sign is the very first impression you give people when they very first meet you, is how the rising sign. So there you go. That's your analogy. Do look up your sun, moon, and rising because you might want to watch all 3. I am a Sagittarius sun with a Capricorn moon and Cancer rising. I also have a fun video on my YouTube channel under Learn Tarot playlist about sun, moon, and rising that explains more about what they are. So let's see. All right. We are king. We're really focused on the future. We're bringing with us in our subconscious tool shed, bringing along with us this heartache, this three of swords. This is endings. Threes are always change, an ending, Yeah, it's also, but it's an ending to bring up for something new to grow. Okay, you've also got the Empress, who's the third major arcana. Okay, so you got a couple threes here. This in our subconscious and this in our immediate past, they go right together. The Empress is the third major arcana. She's pregnant in this card. She's pregnant and she's got all this wheat growing at her feet. And so she is all about fertility and growth. She comes after the magician and the high priestess, and now this seed has been planted and she's growing it. She's bringing it into reality. It's not a reality yet. It's the seed that's in the ground that already has all kinds of stuff happening, roots and things, but it hasn't, the plant hasn't poked through the soil yet. So from the outside, it might look like there's not much going on, but that's the Empress. It's growing, it's there. And we've been doing that. And that may be also, I'm sure, why we have this Three of Swords that we're bringing with us. We have had, in order to grow that, in order to grow ourselves, you have to end things. You have to end those old friendships that didn't serve you well, or those, get rid of old habits that you loved that now you're welcome, Kristen. You're welcome. So we're bringing that, no wonder, because that is inevitable in life. Okay, going through these three moments, going through these little heartache moments. They hurt, they're hard, they're sad. We have to go through them, but we grow from them, we learn from them. So they're not a terrible thing. And there's a lot of water in the background, which is healing. It's just to say that you're going to experiencing these things, but you will heal and be stronger from them. So now up here in our crown, this is at the top of our spread. This is our crown chakra. This means this is probably the most, in my mind, this is the most important location in this entire spread, because the crown, according to not just Kabbalah, which this is often based on, but also the Bible. There's plenty of scriptures in the Bible that say what you think, so shall be. What we are thinking up here affects how we're feeling, affects what we are manifesting right now. I'm going to say it again. The future is not some place that's already exists that we're all traveling, that's predestined, that we're all traveling to. That doesn't exist. If anything, if there's any such thing as future, it's a reality that we're all currently creating all the time by what we're thinking and feeling. That's why what's going on in your crown up here is so important. So in our crown, we've got this Queen of Swords. You came up as the King of Swords, and you got the Queen of Swords in your crown. So she's intuition. She's got her foot in the water. She's pure intuition. She's in contact with her emotions. She's love. She's compassion. And remember, the queens are the ones in the tarot deck in charge of healing the past. The kings are in charge of forward progress. So with the Queen of Swords in our crown, and swords are communication, they're thought, reasoning, communication. I feel like it's telling us we need to be mindful of healing, or we are being mindful, or we are thinking about healing how we speak, or how we reason, or how we... That's so weird. That's so weird. If any of you have been watching my daily things, it's more from my other channel, which is going to be Cat Cutting Class, where I give little tips. But I've started doing these little daily language grammar hack tips that have to do with raising our frequency, because they have everything to do with AI and all of this stuff. And so I've really been focused on this in my crown. And I am a Capricorn. I am a Capricorn moon. So in the background, what you guys don't see, this is where my head has been. So that's weird that my focus has been on healing how we communicate. It's so important. It's so, gosh, I always knew it was important before, and it's even more important now. And so many people have stopped being mindful of how we speak and how we speak to each other. And yeah, so we need to just do that. Super important. Okay, we're stepping into the death card, Earth signs. In the immediate future, this death. We're stepping into death. All right, that's scary. What do you mean death? What do you mean I have death in my immediate future? You should go to my YouTube channel and look at my video that I did for October, Scariest Cards of the Tarot. This is when I used to hate it when it came up in a reading. Now I love it. Now I kind of love the death card. It's actually, when I ranked them, it's one of the lesser scary cards. You would think it'd be the scariest. It's not. If you look at the card too, hardly any black, just a little bit of black on that flag. He's riding on a white horse through a couple of gates into a sunrise, into a new day. The death card is simply transformation. Rarely, rarely, rarely does it mean an actual death. Rarely. What it means is you've gone through this stuff and you're a different person now. So now, because you've experiencing that death of that old you now get to step through those gates into a beautiful new sunrise. It's actually a gorgeous card. It also gives you some hints in the card too that I should point out. There are different people in this card. Let me see how close I can get it. There are different people in that card looking at death. There's a priest kind of pleading with death. There's a child looking kind of curiously. There's a woman lamenting. There's an old man laying prostrate on the ground, face down, prostrate on the ground in that card. And what that's all telling you is it's all in how you look at it. When death is approaching, it's not a bad thing unless you view it that way. It's kind of all in how you view it, is what that says. We in our environment this week, earth signs, are getting this justice card. So some karma. We're hoping for some karma and bringing justice into the world. A little justice coming around for everybody. Just weighing and judging things. That's us. That's how we're feeling in our environment. So I feel like we're bringing around justice in our lives is the best way I can say it at the moment. Our environment around us is giving us the Emperor, the fourth major arcana. He is all four kings combined. Pure stability. Pure, and he's got Aries, right? Really stable Aries structure. He is structure. If anything, maybe too much structure. But it's interesting that you've got the Empress, the third major arcana that you're just stepping out of, and your environment around you this week now is giving you the Emperor, which is the next step in the Fool's journey, where the Fool learns structure. So you've got this Empress here that you've stepped out of, where you're now starting to incubate and grow something, and your environment around you is giving you all this structure, which is important when you're growing stuff. It's important to have that. So that's cool that you have that in your environment. Hopefully it's not too much structure or the wrong kind of structure. Sometimes that can be almost suffocating. Your hopes and fears, and I'm sure it's a hope, is connection. Two of Cups. New alliances, new friendships, new connections on a soul level, heart level too. You're kind of hoping to make more of these connections. Maybe some of you here going on social media too. I'm hoping just with this, that would be 2, maybe even 3 of Cups. And then final potential outcome, my card, the Ace of Wands, Queen of Wands. She's beautiful. She's passion. She's following your passion. She's all about creativity, pursuing those things that aren't just a job, but that you feel really passionate about. That is our final potential outcome. So I see us just really delving into that part of us with both the queens up here, and we've got these kings in the heart, and the Emperor. Gosh, and we're stepping through death, so we're stepping into something really new and big. That is so exciting. I wonder what our confirmation or clarification card could be. Thanks, Teresa. Okay, and it's upside down. Oh my goodness, look at this. So that's interesting. We did get a reversal. We got the Hierophant reversed. Okay, let me tell you about the Hierophant. So we got the Hierophant reversed. He's another one. I mentioned all these cards that look so alike. They're all wearing the red robe, facing in a throne, facing forward in the same seated position. They're very similar cards. The Hierophant, the Emperor, and the Justice card. So look at this order, you guys, with major arcana. So when it's major arcana, that means there's major things going on in here. This isn't about a little minor side question. You've got the Empress that you're stepping out of, number 3. Your environment now this week, in the last week of January, is going to give you the 4, the structure. Then our clarification card is the 5th major arcana, the Hierophant. However, it's reversed. Okay. The Hierophant, after the Fool's journey, after he meets the Emperor and he gets the rules and the structure, then he steps out into the world and he meets the Hierophant. A Hierophant is a religious person whose job it is to teach spiritual teachings to everyone and lay down the laws of the community. It's all of your social groups. It's not just your church groups, but it's your PTA group. It's your Lions Club. It's, you know, whatever groups or clubs you belong to, and all the social norms and expectations that go along with it is the Hierophant. So, and it's a 5. So the 5s can be very energetically off balance, off-putting, and to me, they almost have a backward sucking pull. I liken it to when you're in the water at the beach and the wave comes up and then it goes back in and you got that, it's trying to suck you back. That's the 5 energy, and the Hierophant energy can be like that. Often when you're trying to break out of something and go on to something new, society around you doesn't like that and gets uncomfortable because you're kind of breaking from the norm, and that's the Hierophant. But we got it reversed. So the Hierophant reversed. So now I got to do this. Now I got to thank you, Kristen, for saying how young I looked. But now look what I got to do for this card. So the Hierophant reversed is about rebellion. Oh my gosh. Final potential outcome. Queen of Wands. If anybody's going to rebel and follow her passions and just do what her passions tell her, it's the Queen of Wands. So it stands for rebellion, a need for spiritual freedom is leading you away from outdated belief systems. You guys. Okay. I don't know who this is meant for besides myself. Oh gosh. My live is ending soon. Okay, I'm going to start another one for the last 2. So this is going to end very soon, and I'm going to hop back on to do the air and water. I've never talked this long. This is about the coolest confirmation clarification card I could have gotten for this reading, though, you guys. A need for spiritual freedom is leading you away from outdated belief systems. It stands for questioning dogma. Gosh, I love it so much. I love that. And I love you guys. Thank you guys for all being on. I'm going to end this right now, but I'm just going to pop on in 2 seconds. I'm just going to start again and hop back.